Hello urban farmers and welcome to this episode. Oh my god, my son has stepped on all my peppers. Anyway, what I want to show you is I did some mulching over the weekend. The colour of the mulch that I chose is okay. I'm semi-happy with it. I'm not going to say that I hate it. But as much as I am not the biggest fan, it does give my garden so much colour. Basically a lot more colour than what I would usually sort of have. And I always just had green mulch, so basically just pretty much mulch that's just someone's mulched down a tree or whatever. This time I've got some red mulch. And it's doing its job. It's just basically preventing the water from evaporating from the ground too quickly. We're going to have some pretty dry months coming up, so that's the primary reason. The other reason is that it actually, when it decomposts, it provides extra nutrients to the plants and it gives life to the soil. So I'm not finished with the garden just yet. There's so much to do, but I also added some mulch to my garden beds, and I put mulch pretty much all the garden beds, so when I water them, the least amount of water evaporates, and that's my biggest problem. To help myself, I'm watering at night so that the plants get the most out of this water, that they actually drink as much as possible before it starts heating up. And the other benefit of watering during the night is the fact that those droplets don't act like magnifying glass, so when the sun is out, if you water during the day, it can burn the leaves, so just be careful of that if you're watering during the day. If you're watering during the day, don't water the whole plant, just water the base of the plant where the actual ground is, and don't just spray it everywhere. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much mulch. That's all the update that I really wanted to share with you this week. There's been a lot happening. We've had someone in the family have cancer, and it is very, very, very sad, and it couldn't be more sadder than it is. I am just, yeah, it's terrible basically. So I don't even know what to say. My dogs are going crazy because my son and my wife just came back, and my son's been a bit sick as well. So it's just been that season, and I hope that things get better as we go into the summer, because it is my favorite time of the year, but just the things that have been happening lately is making it a little bit difficult. So what can we do? Not much. There are things that we can't control, and the things that we can't control, we shouldn't worry about that. I know, I tell myself that, but it's not always easy. There are hard times you're going to have to go through, regardless of whether you like it or not. And you know, those hard times and those heartbreaks, you just have to go through. There's nothing that you can do, or I can do, or anyone really can do to make it any better. Anyway, so they've just come. I had literally today 5 minutes for myself, and I thought, you know, those 5 minutes, I just wanted to walk you through what I did on the weekend, and just to show you some minor updates that I did to my yard. I am trying to make this yard a lot more kid friendly, so that my son can walk through pretty much anywhere. By anywhere, I mean at least places where he's not going to hurt himself. And just, yeah, feel safe, and also trying to protect my plants from him as much as I possibly can. That's why I put everything on a raised bed itself. Yeah, so a lot of the things have been growing really well. I added some synthetic fertilizer to things. By things, I mean pretty much everything in my garden, because I didn't really get a chance to, because there was a lot of things happening, I didn't get a chance to actually go and add just the fertilizer like cow manure, chicken manure. I didn't really do that all that much, so the soil doesn't have as much nutrients, so that's why I had to add this synthetic stuff, which is fine as long as you get the synthetic stuff that does not have any heavy metals inside it. Google all the heavy metals that are possible to have in your fertilizer and just make sure that there are none there, especially in the food that you're going to eat. Especially in the food that you're going to eat. That's the most important part. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you in the next one. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. If you have not and you think this is something that someone might like, please share it with them, because it helps me, helps this channel grow. And the more that we grow, the better content that I can do. And perhaps one day into the distant future, I can do this potentially full time. I don't know. We'll see how we go. We'll see what the world has planned for us. Anyway, all up until next time, I'll see you. Bye.